good, everybody? Welcome the back. This is Love, Sex, and Society with Bridget, Angie, and Don. Y'all know who I am. I'm sure y'all know who they are. But just in case, oh, y'all both on the damn left side, on my other side now. Shit. Uh, well, Bridget's the light skinned one, Angie's the brown skinned one, and I'm that nigga. So
Oh God, Don. Hey guys,
let's
I'm Angie.
let's do this, y'all. We've been taking some time off a little bit because goddamn cold and flu season kicking everybody's damn ass. The yeah,
It's rough out here.
I'm telling you, this is some. I have never had a cold this many times in one season ever.
Yeah.
So let's wash them hands and let's stay healthy, people. You know what I'm saying? Spring is
You
here
know,
though. It's springtime now.
Right.
It's
right? I'm trying to
sundress
be
season.
outside. Trying to be outside.
Let's get them sundresses out, y'all. Put them
Oh,
Uggs away. Anyway,
Don, you'll
I'm not
never.
that kind of pervert. I don't look at the sundresses.
I don't
I'm
believe you.
lying. I
I
do.
don't believe
I
you.
do. I'll be watching.
I be watching.
With permission, I don't
Shit.
get slapped. If I as long as I don't get
I
slapped, I'm
be
good. You know what I'm
watching.
saying? But I don't look too hard. You know what I'm saying? A little glance. That's it. Mm.
I be right out. I be.
So tonight we got some great topics. I'm gonna go ahead and set it off because I think the other two topics are gonna run. We have to run with the other two topics. Can you be with someone who you are not attracted to just because they got money? Y'all, either one of y'all can take that one first.
I
Um.
mean, I think so. It's probably not going to be. It's. I mean, I think so. I mean, now do you still like the person even though you're
I
not
mean,
attracted to them? I feel like you can definitely really like somebody and even love somebody if you're not attracted to them.
how Sway help me out because I ain't never heard of that one.
I mean, I feel I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm the nice person, but I feel like I've dated ugly guys before because they're nice.
Um. I would say no. Um. I don't know. Like me personally, like we talked about before, like looks ain't everything, but I wouldn't just mess with somebody because they got money. Like if they're not attractive in my eyes, like I can't. I'm not having sex with you. I couldn't ever fake like fuck with somebody. Like I don't know, just to be like, oh, but he got money though. Like no, I don't care how rich somebody is. If I'm not attracted to you, I'm not talking to you.
Yeah.
And men have
Really?
definitely tried to talk to me and like use their money, like as leverage, like but I'll be like, I
Absolutely.
don't care what you have, like I don't, that
Mhm.
don't impress me.
Absolutely. No, I didn't say I
Really?
didn't say I was going to do it. I didn't say I was going to do it. But do I think it's possible? Yeah. Do I think people do it?
Yeah, some
All the
women
time.
definitely do it,
All the
but for
time.
me, no, I couldn't do it.
All the time. It's not
So
right. You shouldn't use people for just their money.
me myself, I just find a different level of attraction. I'm attracted to that money. Um, call me superficial if you want to, but I don't care how ugly she is. Well, within reason. Hold on, within reason. I gotta be able to at least walk out the house with you. Like if I can't be like walk out the house with you, like you butt ugly, nah. Um, but if I'm not attracted to you, I can be like, okay, the money's good though. I'll take that.
Yeah.
It's just you. It would be real superficial. It would be really superficial. It would be. Now, am I gonna tell her she ugly? Nah. You know, I'm gonna be like,
Nah.
nah. I would be like, yo, you cute in your way, make her feel good about herself while I spend that dough. Cause I've definitely been in situations with somebody who I didn't really want to be with. The money was good though, and I was like, all right, you want to take a nigga shopping? All right, but most women, and this is my opinion, most women could do it. Most women could be like, you know what, his money good. Look at Shabba fucking Ranks. That nigga was butt ass ugly.
Who?
That, really? Shabba
Who?
Ranks.
Who?
Shabba
Ting a
Ranks.
ling a ling, school bell
Oh,
ring.
yeah, I know who you're talking
Okay, yeah,
about.
okay.
Yeah.
That that motherfucker was ugly, but he had women because he had money.
It's a lot of celebrities that's ugly.
Yeah. A
That
lot
is,
of
I feel like
them.
if they ain't had money, they would never get women.
All
Absolutely
right,
not.
let's think of a ugly male celebrity. Ugly male celebrity.
See, I want to say this person's name, but I feel like this person kind of, I don't know, but I feel like this person was also ugly before they went to jail and got sick.
Who?
Oh,
Vibes Cartel.
oh yeah, vibes. Yeah, yeah.
I don't know
Vibes
who that
Cartel
is.
is Vibes Cartel is not a attractive man. He is
He
not an
got money
attractive
though.
man, but man, the girls going to throw themselves for my man's vibes.
I don't know who that is.
He's a
You
he's a
you don't
reggae
listen to
artist.
reggae, do you?
I do. I just don't know people's names.
Yeah, he's a reggae
I'm
artist.
trying to think of an ugly celebrity.
Hey yo, babe,
Um,
stop.
ugly male celebrity. Mm.
LeBron James, he ugly. I don't find LeBron James attractive at all. I don't find
Uh,
LeBron James attractive. Who else ugly? Um, oh, I was just talking about the football player with my boyfriend earlier, Antonio Brown. He's ugly.
He is not ugly. He's a psychopath. He's not ugly.
Oh gosh, Antonio Brown. I don't know.
He's not
Maybe it's his
ugly.
actions that make him ugly to me
It's his
then.
actions for sure. I could say like he's an ugly person. Is he ugly like attractive wise? No, I don't think he's ugly at all. I see why like
oh,
you would
here we
throw him up out the
go.
window.
Here we go. Jonathan Majors. That nigga ugly.
Yeah,
Can
he
you
Oh,
is
he got
beat
a big.
definitely
Jonathan
ugly.
He just
Majors'
got big
ass?
features.
Yeah, big nose, big head. He got a lot of big
Yeah,
fucking
he's
features.
not.
So
Hmm.
Yeah,
can you be with Jonathan Majors?
fuck
As much
no.
back as he got
I
right
can't
now.
believe Megan Good even like I was like this got to
I
be a
heard they
fucking
got married
joke,
yesterday.
Shut
huh?
up.
I heard they got married yesterday in a private ceremony. I
Mm.
heard they got married
You know
yesterday.
why I was private? Because that nigga ugly.
When I was in high school, I dated this boy because he had a car, and he was really nice to me. I don't know if he was ugly or if I just had low self esteem.
What? Wait. Was he ugly? Or did you just have which one?
Probably both. Probably both.
Ah.
But he was
Ah.
really nice though. He was so sweet. And he would drive me
Ah,
around his little car.
help us out in the comments. We need a ugly Wesley Snipes type fucking celebrity that's just ugly as fuck and
Wesley Snipes, you think
I
he's ugly?
was ready to say, whoa.
that nigga.
Blade era Wesley Snipes was
Yeah,
that.
now maybe yeah, but Wesley Snipes
Y'all
ain't
think
ugly.
y'all
What?
think Wesley
Wesley
Snipes was
Snipes was that
attractive?
in Blade.
Like
Please.
back in
You
the
know
day, I feel
what?
like Wesley Snipes was very attractive. I wouldn't say now because he getting older, but no, I'm trying to think like, uh,
Oh, who that man from Trick Daddy? I don't think
Boom.
Trick
yeah,
There
Daddy
you go.
is
But his
attractive at all.
paper's good. He got
Mm-hmm.
long paper though. Okay. Because
Mm-hmm.
you can't get ugly than fucking Trick Daddy.
Hey
You really
yo,
can't.
a
You
mess.
like you can't. So if Trick Daddy approached one of
Oh, Dream
y'all,
Team
y'all
early. Okay,
single.
Dream Team.
Alright, that's what's up, homie.
He must have had the notification bell on.
Yo, we gonna find an ugly chick too. We gonna talk about an ugly chick too. So don't go nowhere. If who was talking about? Fucking
Trick Daddy.
Trick Daddy. If he approached y'all, Okay, Angie, we gonna make you single for about 5 minutes. Single for 5 minutes. If Trick Daddy approached you, y'all down in Florida, you and your homegirls kicking.
No,
Really?
that
He
man
got
is old
paper
enough to
though.
be. That man is old enough to be my daddy. No, thank you.
I don't think he's older than I am. And if he's not older than me, I'm gonna come at you. Cause I ain't old enough to be your damn daddy. Uh,
Man, Trick Daddy been grown since I was a child. No, thank you.
B said Trick Daddy crazy. Yeah, yeah. So 143 trips. You couldn't get at Trick Daddy if he came up to you and your girls. Y'all on vacation in Florida, and he approached y'all. You can't do that because he ugly.
No.
No. What about you, Bridge? No.
Oh, he ugly as shit. Now I seen a picture of him
What?
back in the day. Okay, he was alright, but
All
now,
right. Who
hell
else?
no.
Mm-mm.
What y'all think about Wayne? If Wayne approached you,
I mean, maybe like 2000, maybe like 2000
Right.
Wayne, but like Wayne now, fish
yeah,
fry hair
today Wayne.
Wayne, I'm good.
Yeah, and I would say like let me do his locks, but his locks
Them
not even stay
wicks.
honestly. Like I feel like his skin look bad probably from like the drugs and stuff.
Yeah, I'm good.
But yeah,
I'm
in
good.
his when he was in his prime, definitely. But he was a
Yeah.
hoe. I don't want no hoe.
Dream Team. Give me an ugly woman
Oh
that no matter
goodness.
how much money she got, well, even though if she got money, name one that you'd get with no matter what. Come on, Dream Team, help me out because I can't think of a woman that's that. Fuck, motherfucking Whoopi fucking Goldberg. Her old ass could get it for some money. So fuck that.
Whoopi is
Whoopi
not
Goldberg is not
ugly.
ugly. Don't
I
talk
knew
about
you were
Whoopi.
gonna say her, bro. Whoopi Goldberg is not ugly.
No, she's not.
Okay,
You're
today
crazy.
Whoopi Goldberg is not the same. Whoopi
She's
Goldberg's always
older.
been. She's always
Whoop-
been. You know what I'm saying?
Whoopi
She ain't the
Goldberg is
cutest
very beautiful and she's uniquely beautiful. Don't call
in
me
her
ugly.
own
Exactly.
space.
She's beautiful. I love Whoopi Goldberg.
I love
And
Whoopi too. You can't. Sorry.
Yeah,
Next
find somebody
person.
all
else.
right.
Somebody else.
See, the crazy thing is,
Go ahead. Try to call the black woman ugly. Go ahead. Go
ugly
ahead.
women don't make it to the screen. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't give them any love like that.
So are
It's
we
just a
just
little
talking about
different.
black women and black men? Or are we talking about white people too?
No, we white, black, Asian,
I don't know.
ugly
I don't
woman,
like calling people ugly to be honest. Like, I feel like people
un,
are beautiful in their own ways.
unattractive,
Okay.
unattractive.
Yeah.
She's still not about to say ain't nobody ugly.
So somebody that's unattractive. Trying to think of somebody that's
That's not
unattractive.
her. She's not going to say anyone.
That's a celebrity. Woman, unattractive celebrity woman.
You got this one, Don.
I can't think of one offhand.
I don't know.
Have the ladies be pretty.
Somebody, because you know why? Because unattractive women don't make it to that level. Like ugly dudes can make it just for they swag, but unattractive women like they pass them over. So we got to start getting more
Amanda
unattractive
Bynes.
women.
She looks crazy now.
Amanda
Oh,
Bynes.
that
I don't know
poor
who that is.
thing.
Whoa, hold on. I
You
got
do.
who?
Poor
Amanda
thing.
who?
We're rooting for you, Amanda. But yeah, our good sister been through some things.
Angela Bassett. What? Who? He must be
Who
smoking
said
heavy.
Angela
Angela
Bassett?
Bassett.
She is beautiful.
Dream Team, we need to.
Smoking.
Who you be looking at then? Angela Bassett. How disrespectful.
All right, so Angela Bynes, she's not ugly, but she
Amanda
weird looking.
Bynes.
Yeah, I mean Amanda Bynes. I was got caught in the
Amanda
word.
Bynes 20. Google Amanda Bynes 2024.
Y'all,
She
we're
weird
so petty.
looking.
We're going to hell. Like, why are we sitting here calling people ugly and shit?
We are. We are. We are going to hell. We
That's
are.
okay. We all need to
Y'all going to hell. I'm not
repent.
going to hell.
Yeah,
Oh,
huh?
what
For
the
the Amanda
hell?
comment. Yes, you are. You going
No.
right with us. Right with us.
No.
You
Oh,
partook.
yeah, she need makeup all day, every day.
She not ugly. She just need like her eyebrows and
Makeup.
stuff done for real. I don't know. I don't like to call people ugly for real. It's
My
just
good
like
sis
some
just been through
people.
some things. That's all.
Yeah, some people don't really know how to like enhance their beauty, but I feel like everyone is beautiful in their own way. You know, it's just whether they know how to enhance their beauty or not.
Yeah, she definitely needs makeup in her life forever.
Ugh.
Yeah, cover girl should be. She should be cover girl. She yeah. Um, she could be my mama, but she not ugly. Just
Well, yeah,
overly.
she old. You said you're
Let
28.
me tell
Angela
you.
Bassett in her 60s, maybe.
Let me tell you. Angela Bassett could get it on her birthday, my birthday, Abraham Lincoln's birthday. I don't give a shit. She's still
Not
sexy as
Abraham
fuck.
Lincoln.
She's
Right, you
sexy.
wildin'. Wow.
I don't like calling. I don't like calling people. No, I take a lot back. I'll fucking call somebody ugly in a heartbeat. I don't give a shit. Fuck it. And I'm not the sexiest fucking man on the planet. Okay, I am. But
Oh, Lord. Next topic, Dawn. Cause you a
um,
mess. Dawn, you muted yourself.
yeah, I had to because I was getting an echo. Um, all right, so next topic because y'all about to fry me and I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm sure one of these other topics I'm gonna get fried on though. So who's up next?
Angie, you want to go first?
You go ahead,
Okay. So my topic is, what are signs that somebody is emotionally unavailable? Like I feel like some people be like wanting relationships and stuff, the whole time they display signs of being emotionally unavailable, you know. So what do y'all feel like those signs are?
So
go.
go ahead. I'm gonna let you go.
For me, signs of a person being emotionally unavailable would be like super short communication. Um, I feel like reciprocated actions, like reciprocated, even even coming down to like reciprocated respect.
Mm,
Um, if somebody's always not even if somebody's always doing something for you, but they don't even have to go all out. But if somebody's doing something for you and you don't ever do anything for them in return, or if somebody's always if somebody's always there listening to your stories and stuff like that, but you're not willing to listen to theirs. Um, what else? Just just low
Yeah, that's what I
energy
was thinking.
when when I mean, honestly, low energy when it comes to anything, even if you're just telling them about your day and,
yeah,
they're not actively listening and stuff like that. Body
yeah,
language can be a sign of of being emotionally unavailable. If say you calling somebody multiple times, and they're not responding to you or, you know,
what do,
yeah, it's a lot of things.
what do you think, Don?
So definitely the non-responsive person or the person that you're constantly having to kind of chase and like they're not presenting themselves in your situation at all and you're sitting there like yo I'm giving this my all
Yeah,
and a lot of people that are emotionally unavailable they don't know that they're emotionally unavailable they think
right,
they're all right you know what I'm saying like
right,
they need serious counseling because in their mind they're giving everything that they get into they're giving it their all and they're
yeah,
wondering why relationships aren't prospering for them and it's because they're not there like
yeah,
they're everywhere but there.
yeah. I definitely feel like what you said too, Dawn. Like somebody being emotionally unavailable. They do lack self awareness in a sense. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like people who are emotionally unavailable, they also like try to be avoidant, you know, especially if like say they do something that like hurts your feelings and you address it to them, you know, because you might be in tune with your emotions and you be like, hey, I don't like how you communicate, or I don't like how you like are hot and cold, whatever the case may be. And they might avoid like major conversations, you know. I feel like they can be inconsistent, you know. um People who are emotionally unavailable, I feel like their actions don't match up with their words, you know. I feel like sometimes they'll stay here and be like, oh, I want to be with you, I want this, I want that, you know, but their actions isn't there. They're not emotionally available for you, you know. So yeah, that's just what I think.
And if another red flag is if someone always does something, and then when you reciprocate, they play the victim.
Yeah.
That's somebody that's emotionally unavailable.
Yeah.
That's a huge red flag. I
Yeah.
cannot
Like,
stand when somebody does something,
yeah.
and then when you give them that same energy back, they play the victim like, oh, you
Right.
treat
Mm-hmm.
me bad.
Right. Yeah. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like they definitely lack accountability, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
unfortunately I've dealt with that shit, and it took a while for me to actually realize that it wasn't me, it was them. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, because it takes a lot for me to blow up. I'm just one of those dudes that everything's cool. Let's keep everything cool. So it takes a lot for me to blow up.
Yeah.
But when I do blow up, I'm gonna bring up everything. And yeah, I might not have receipts on hand, but trust me, I'm gonna bring up all that shit.
Yeah.
And then when you try to sit there and play the victim, oh, you just bringing up old shit. Nah, we bringing up all shit right now. Like,
Right.
everything's coming on the table right now.
Yeah.
We putting shit on the table today.
Right.
Because I'm the type of person who feels like if it's not that big of a deal, uh, we can wash that shit away. Like, come on, let's keep the smiles on our face as long as we can.
Yeah.
But if you try to come at me on some, oh, you did this and you did that, well, let me go ahead and tell you about the shit you did.
Now,
Remember that
Don,
day?
Hey yo.
Remember
that
that
to
day
me,
when
I ain't
you?
gonna lie, Don. That to me is shift blaming.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
It
Yes,
is.
it
It
is.
is. It
It's
is.
shift
No.
blaming
It
because I'm gonna tell you
is.
why.
It is.
Because you, if I hurt you in some type of way, you can't
Mm-hmm.
wait until you hurt me to bring up when I
Exactly.
hurt you. You had
Exactly.
all the opportunity and time. Listen,
Exactly.
you had all the opportunity and time to come to me and say, "Hey, Bridget, you said this and this hurt my feelings." You know, when you bring up stuff the moment that someone tries to hold you accountable, that's shifting the blame.
Yep.
You know, because
Yeah.
you're like, well, wait, yeah, I hurt you today, but hold up. In
Yep.
1993, you
That
did this,
shit,
that, and the third.
bro. When I
You
say
know?
that shit burns me the fuck up.
Yeah,
And, I feel like I deal with that a lot when it comes to a particular somebody. And, I feel like, it's a constant of, trying to make sure that the person stays on topic
yeah,
and stuff like that. Because I came to this
Ah.
conversation to bring something to your attention.
yeah,
So just because I'm bringing something to your attention, this is not I'm not
right,
now giving you the mic. No, I still
right,
have the mic. I still have the
right,
floor.
No, we share that mic at this moment. So
Absolutely
it's
not.
not just a point
Absolutely
where
not. Because
somebody's
it's
holding
shift
you
blaming.
accountable.
Because if that was the case, then you would have been already said something to me. It
right.
is, I feel like it
But
is highly disrespectful and a very, very a very, very terrible form of communication for somebody to be able to come to you about the way that they feel about something that you did and that you think it's time for you to dump on that person. Like, no,
right.
if you do that to me, I'm
But
not talking to you no more.
I do feel like if someone comes to you and you can fully take accountability, where it's like, okay, maybe y'all, this is the time that y'all feel like y'all can finally communicate, and that person comes to you like, Dawn, you hurt my feelings, you hurt me when it comes to this, and you take full accountability Like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you. I apologize. Moving forward, I will try to change my actions. Da 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 da. Maybe after that conversation, you bring up the fact, but you have to take accountability. You can't just deflect and be like, put it back on them. Now after you take full accountability, then you could be like, well, I also want to talk about a time that I feel like you hurt my feelings. And just so
Mhm.
we can lay everything on the table today and move forward, that we both been considerate of each other's feelings. Then you can express to how that person hurt you, but you have to take accountability for you hurting someone. And that's one thing about feelings. You can't ever tell somebody how they feel. Like if I say
Mhm.
you did something to hurt me, regardless of how you might have been like, well, you're taking it wrong, but that's how I felt.
Mhm.
You can't tell people how to feel, so you have to acknowledge that regardless of how you think, this is how that person took it, and that's how they felt off of it. You got to take accountability, and then eventually you can express, like, just so that moving forward is like good communication.
I
Yeah,
think it.
definitely. I agree.
I
I
think
just
it just
feel
depends on the situation. Like, what are you bringing to my attention? Is this
Yeah.
something minute that we could have washed away and just called it a day? You could have just spoke on it, but if you are gonna browbeat me about something, I don't know. I
Now,
don't
if like
know.
if the person, I feel like the person brought it to your attention and you apologize, and then they still bringing it up, like they be like, you hurt me, you did this, and you be like,
Yeah,
okay, I'm sorry,
yeah.
and they like, no, but you always hurt me, you always doing this, you always doing that, like, I
Now,
look at it
now I need
like, all
to.
right.
Now I need to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Remember that
cause
day.
cause I look at it like this: when somebody apologizes to you, it's either you gonna accept it, or you not, and you gonna, like,
right.
you know what I'm saying. But I feel like once you accept somebody's apology, you can't sit there and keep throwing it in their face,
Yeah. Yeah.
despite how you feel, despite, like, you being like, you might have trust issues regarding whatever it was.
If you're gonna
So
accept it, you got to be able to accept it.
a lot of times, women take advantage of the fact that guys are like, look, most guys are like, look, if it ain't that big of a deal, I'm gonna go ahead and wash that shit away because at the end of the day, I'm trying to get some sex tonight. So I don't need no arguments tonight. And we wash it away. We push it back. Okay.
Come
Okay.
on.
No. And then we do the same level of thing, and it's a big blow up. And we're like, yo, hold up, but wait. Remember that day? You know what I'm saying? When you did X, Y, and Z?
But
I
I feel
think it's
like
a
by
good
you
time.
saying washing it away, that means you not really considering what really bothered them.
Right.
And then that's when
That's you.
something the same thing might be repetitive, and then you hear it in a woman's mouth all over again, and you like, we talked about this before, da, 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 because you washed it away instead of really like comprehending why she felt that way.
Exactly. That's
So
not solving anything. That's just brushing the issue to the side. So then, say it happens again or something, yeah, it is going to be a big blow up.
Right. Because she going, as a woman, this how we feel. I done told this motherfucker time and time again, the same damn shit is going in one ear and out the other. And by that time, we build frustration. We feel like we
Right.
talking to a damn wall.
Right. And then after a while, it's just going to be nothing.
ah, yeah,
y'all don't want to
nah,
take
yeah,
accountability.
yeah, nah. So men are real men. I'm talking to the real men now. Everybody else can stop listening for a second. I'm talking to the real men. We take accountability. Yo, my bad. You know what I'm saying? I didn't understand that made you feel that way or whatever. But women would be like, yeah, but the other day when you did it, all right, I just said I apologize. That means it's a blanket pardon for all that shit. Like everything is pardoned at that point. But y'all be like, nah, no, you did it. You did it last week and you did it 2 weeks ago, but you didn't bring it up. So let's and then but so we gotta bring out the pad. Okay, so remember the day, you know what I'm saying, when you told me that if we go out, that when we get home we'll have sex and you went to sleep. Yeah, that shit irritated the shit out of me. That
Oh my gosh,
next fucking.
Tom.
So remember that day when I was giving you a massage and you was like, after this massage, I'm gonna be ready for some sex, and you didn't. So like we gotta bring some shit up to let y'all know, like there's things that irritate us that we don't focus on.
But I feel like all of this could be avoided, especially with men. Because, and I'm not saying women don't do this either, but like this is also being like a part of being emotionally mature, emotionally available, is expressing your feelings. Because a
Right.
lot of y'all men just have a wall built up, and y'all don't ever want to really sit down and be like, "Yo, this really hurt my feelings. This is really bothering me." A lot of men are not emotionally available or even mature, to express their feelings, because a lot of them are like taught to, like hide their emotions.
So I'm gonna go back to a previous comment from Dream Team, and this is a true comment. It's hard for a man to express and be available and open. It is hard because in our minds, small things really shouldn't matter to us. Like we should just brush that shit off and just call it a day, and we good. You know what I'm saying?
But
Yeah,
regardless of
but
what
if
y'all
you're gonna
say,
bring it up, if
it's
you're
it's
eventually gonna bring it up, then obviously it wasn't that small.
We
and
ain't
it's
gotta
not
bring it
not
up.
not
We can
even
leave it
just
alone.
that. But when it comes to a relationship is like two people. You have to be considerate of the other person's feelings too. Like regardless of what y'all are taught, once you decide to commit yourself to someone, you can't just be selfish. You know what I'm saying? You have to consider that person's feelings as well. If you want someone to be vulnerable with you, you have to be vulnerable with them. You know, it's a part of being in a relationship. A healthy relationship is expressing your emotions regardless of what you're taught. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like some people wasn't taught from like love. You know what I'm saying? So you telling me that's not something you want to learn? It's a lot of stuff I could be like, I wasn't taught growing up, but I had to learn it if I wanted to be a better person. A lot of what we're taught growing up be wrong half the time, and we have to correct it. But I feel like if you want to self improve, regardless of what you taught as a man, to suppress your emotions, and you know that that's the only way to have a healthy relationship with a woman, because we are emotional, you're gonna have to outlearn that.
So even though it's hard, and it is hard, like until you come into your own. Um, Dream Team. I don't know how old you are. I think you told us before, but
I think
remind
he
me
said
if
he
you
was
can.
28.
20 in his 20s. For someone that's 28 years old, yeah, it's not easy for a man to just go ahead and express his emotions and let a woman know that, oh, you hurt me or whatever. No, it's not easy. Now once you get older, it's like, yo, fuck it, like you take me as I am. It's a little different. So when a guy is brushing some things off, it's like for him, it's like I got to take this on the chin. It can't be that big of a deal, and it can't ruin my relationship. And
But why
and
is
we
that?
brush that
Because of
shit
y'all
away.
ego? Is that because y'all ego? Because y'all worried about how it looks?
Right,
Yeah,
because why is
Because to
yeah.
expressing
me,
your why is
it's
expressing
attractive as
yourself gonna
fuck.
ruin all that?
As a woman, it's attractive as fuck for a man to be able to express his emotions. And I feel like men be so caught up in the ego of what it look like and seem as soft. You know what I'm saying? That's
Right.
why y'all don't want to do it. But in reality, as women, would they rather a man shut out or express their emotions? And you got some dumbass women that
100%.
be like, no, he too soft. He this dumb or dumb women. Ask some real women what they would prefer out of a man, to express their emotions or shut them out. A real woman is gonna say express their emotions. How are we going to be able
Absolutely.
to have a healthy relationship if I don't know what you're going through inside? Like you shutting me out, but I'm the one person that you're supposed to be able to come to when the whole world is against you.
And if you're not, I feel like if you're not able to, express your emotions to your partner, then maybe that's not the right partner for you. You should be able to be comfortable to be able to express yourself, even if, that's not something that you usually do. When it really comes down to it, you should be able to, sit and talk with your partner and be able to express your emotions and be able to tell them how you feel, and y'all have that conversation. And you not, they should be your safe space. So,
Right.
you shouldn't be feeling soft or, any of those other emotions, because y'all should be able to talk about that stuff. And if she makes you feel soft in that, in those moments, if you go to express yourself and, that person makes you feel small, or, any of those things, maybe that's just not the right person for you. That
Yeah.
says a
So
lot.
I'm gonna go to Dream Team's comment because it's a real comment. Um, he's got to be able to trust that you're not gonna, you know what I'm saying, bring that shit up later on. And it's it's common, definitely in your 20s. You know what I'm saying? Now, both of you have reached the level of age where you're grown about some shit. And if a guy expresses his feelings and his emotions, for y'all it's like, okay, you know, he's just being real. But for somebody, you know what I'm saying, like Dream Team in your 20s, like women will bring that shit up later on. Your bitch ass was crying the other motherfucking day. You wasn't being a motherfucking man.
But
And
at the same time, y'all worried about the ego because, like, let's be real. Like, when you live in your truth and when you're grown, I don't give a shit what I told you. It's nothing that if I told you something out of my mouth and then you bring it back up to me, you can't hurt me because I'm
Right,
speaking
I
my
already
truth.
said it.
I could sit
yeah,
here and
but
say I did this, that, and the third. And you could, I don't care who it is. It could be another woman, my sister, my mother, my brother, a man. I don't care who it is. You could try to throw it in my face all you want, but you're not gonna hurt me because I speak my truth. If it was something that I was hiding and I was scared of, and I'm taking to the grave, I would have told you from the beginning. So it's nothing I say out my mouth and tell someone that you could try to throw it back in my face that I'm gonna give a fuck and it really crush me. Like no, because I feel like men are operating too much in your ego. So what if you're vulnerable and you're telling your woman like, yeah, I'm sad because my dad wasn't in my life and it affected me, da da da, and then a woman bring it back up. Why do you, you know what I'm saying? And that you know why it bothers you. So you know what I'm saying? That's like being grown and be like mad because somebody said you wasn't a type or they you ugly and this. I'm not gonna give a fuck. Like who are you? You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And then I feel like if
but
you deal with somebody who does throw it in your face, you know what type of person they is and move on because you know that you don't want to be in a
Exactly.
relationship with someone that would take a
Exactly.
vulnerable moment and sit there and like throw it in your face to hurt you.
Yeah, that's
Like,
exactly what I was ready to say.
but it's like you can't. If somebody do it, okay, you know how to move next time. You know
Yep.
you can't be vulnerable with that. Why would you want to continue a relationship with somebody like that?
so I get what you're saying. However, and I think Dream Team is summing this up real well. And I ain't got my glasses on, so I have to read from the side. Um, you're killing my trust for you, and that's honest. And a lot of women who are not okay with their man being emotional. They say some women say they are, but until a man get emotional, it's like his old weak ass be crying about shit. You know what I'm
Then
saying?
you
And
need a new
a man don't.
woman. Then you
It's
need a new woman.
it's now I'm not saying that a man should not express himself to his woman because he should. You brought up like an interesting topic when you was like, oh, you know what I'm saying, a man who's like, you know what I'm saying, yo, like I'm the way I am because you know what I'm saying, my dad wasn't there for me. Or my dad didn't, you know what I'm saying, make me feel like a man, or my dad downplayed me.
Yeah,
And that has hurt a lot of men. You know what I'm saying? That
Mm-hmm.
has really affected a lot of men. And it's only certain women that a man can really feel like he can open up about that, and it's not going to come up later on. And if we feel like it's going to come up later on, or if we've had any situations with a woman where she's brought up something from our past that we talked about, they'll shut down. They'll shut
And that's
all
not the
the way
right
down.
woman for you then. You need to get you a new lady.
I don't know. We had this topic before. Uh, it's like Angie said, find the right woman. But at the end of the day, we had this topic before, and I already summed it up with the fact that men do it to women all the time. Y'all might not throw it in our face like vocally, but y'all do it with y'all actions. Women can sit here and be like, "Oh, my dad wasn't in my life. Oh, my ex treated me like shit," and then next thing you know, using them very things that we were vulnerable with you, and you do the same fucking thing. So men do it
Mm.
too. It's just in different ways. We had this whole episode before, and Dream Team's talking about your mama and your friends shouldn't be in our business, shouldn't know our business. That means that your girl can't hold water. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
that has nothing to do with like. And it ain't as you get older. It should like become self aware. When you realize like the people you dealing with, you don't like that you can't be vulnerable with them. They can't keep your secrets. That's a just a trait with that person. You can't sit here and be like, oh, I'm not gonna. express my emotions with every woman just because that type of woman. You know what I'm saying? I could sit here and be
Right.
like, men have done this, that, and the third different men, but I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, every man is like that. You know, you
Mhm.
just gotta. That's a part of dating is figuring out like, is this the type of person I want to deal with? Just like what's the rapper Young Ma, like her ex girlfriend just blasted her on social
Yeah,
media,
that was
Yeah, that's
like
just
crazy.
crazy. That's
that
crazy.
is like her that girl. Every woman don't do stuff like that. You know,
Mhm.
you know how much stuff women be having on men, vice versa. Like I could write a book on somebody I dealt with before, but it's never gonna hit the internet. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. Regardless, I could ruin somebody's whole fucking life if I wanted to. I don't need to do that. Like you know what I'm saying? It's just that person's personality. So I
But
feel
I
like
It,
mean, but I
go
mean that
ahead.
that sound that's I feel like that I feel like that's a man thing for real. That oh I got hurt by one girl, so all of them are the same. Well, I mean I feel it's a man and a woman thing because a
Oh,
woman
okay,
can get
okay,
hurt
okay.
and
We
then be
cool.
like,
We fresh.
oh
We
all men ain't shit and stuff
you know
like
what I'm
that.
saying?
So but I mean I I do agree with what you said, Bridget. Like, just because one person did that doesn't mean that all people are like that. So,
exactly.
don't make yourself emotionally unavailable because you've been hurt once or maybe even a few
And
times,
I
That
also
could be
feel
the
like
hopeless
men.
romantic in us talking.
Yeah, I feel like what men don't realize is that okay, one woman broke your trust and you realize you couldn't be vulnerable with her. Then you meet the next woman and now you got this wall built up and you don't want to express your emotions. And guess what? That is a turn off to a woman who is
Mhm.
emotionally mature, a woman who
Mhm.
can hold water, a
Hmm.
woman who you can be vulnerable with. That is because I dealt with a guy like that. Like it was so frustrating that this man like just had a wall built up and I just couldn't get through to him. And I'm not one of those. I feel like I'm one of the
Right.
people that you can actually let your guard down. I'm not judging you. I'm not here to throw it in your face. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, it made me not want to deal with him because you're being emotionally unavailable. Like
Mhm.
you're scared to express your emotions, and it feel like it's like I really can't really get to know the real you. You
Right.
know?
I
So
agree.
the crazy thing is you're 100% correct, and that's why when you break up with somebody, you need to unpack that baggage before you get into a relationship with someone else.
Yes.
That's I think that's one of our biggest problems, especially with the whole phrase in order to get over somebody else, you get into somebody else, that bullshit.
Yeah.
Like you have to unpack that baggage because you will carry it from one relationship to the next, and you'll think that the next person did the same thing to you and you'll carry that on to the next relationship.
Yep.
And the second person didn't even do that. They was really trying to be honestly just about you,
Yep.
but you will carry that baggage from one relationship to the next. And I think that's the biggest thing that in today we don't do. We don't give ourselves a moment to heal from our previous situation. We go, okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the next situation, and
Right.
it's gonna be different. But
Mhm.
you still got the same mindset. You
Mhm.
still
Right.
got the same hurt mindset.
Right. Dream Team, exactly what you just said is what I just explained why it was a turn off to me. And then, like I said, when men, maybe the dude who I used to talk to, he might have dealt with the woman that threw stuff in his face. But when he started talking to me, I'm not that woman. And because he had a wall built up and he couldn't be emotionally available to me, I no longer wanted to deal with him. That's why I'm saying, like, sometimes men, by not being emotionally available, you're blocking your blessings because a real woman is not going to deal with a man that has their guard up. That's what I'm trying to explain. So it's like, yes, anytime you date someone and you become vulnerable with them, it's a risk that they might hurt you. They might take the very things that you were safe to feel talk to them about and throw it in your face. It's a risk. It's a risk with dating, period. Trusting
Mhm.
somebody with your heart, knowing they can break it. You know, it
I ain't
just
gotta
comes
say
with it.
nothing. Bridget got it. Go on, Bridget.
No, no, I'm just saying, like,
Go on, girl. Because everything that I be wanting to say, she go on. You better say that, girl.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you right now, if I started talking to a man today and he shows signs of being emotionally unavailable, I don't want to talk to you. I don't care how much money you got.
Absolutely.
I don't care how attractive you are. I could look past a lot of things if you are emotionally unavailable. If you will not let me in, I'm not gonna want to deal with you. And
And
that's
that
coming from
that
someone that people can be vulnerable with. Like, I do hair. Y'all wouldn't believe the amount of men that let their guard down and sit here and be vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? And I really appreciate,
That.
because I know black men don't feel comfortable with a lot of people doing that. And but I just feel like if I'm in a relationship with someone, I'm dating someone, and they got a block up, that's gonna be a turn off to me. Because it's like I'm not
Yeah.
even that type of person. Like, and you gonna start taking it personally. Like,
Right. Like we're supposed to share. We're supposed to share. Like you want to share bodies, but you don't want to share emotions. That don't make sense to me.
no, but you know what? The crazy thing is, men feel the same way.
exactly.
We feel the same fucking way. We when we sit there and we trying to give somebody our all. So I know every woman likes a chase, but if you running away from me and I'm chasing you, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna
Yeah.
tap out on that shit. And what the cause of that is, a woman felt like she was too available in her last relationship, so now she's gonna be less available now. Um, and the same thing for guys. Like we're sitting there going, "Yo, like I'm trying to show you I'm here for you, but every time I try to show you, you move." You know what I'm saying? And so it's the same thing for men and women. Women be like, "You know what I'm saying? Like I'm looking for a good man. I can't find a good man. You did. You know what I'm saying? That good man was right there, and he was trying to show you, but when he pushed up and you moved away, and he pushed up again and you moved away, and he pushed up again, he moved away. He was like, "Yo, I'm gonna go ahead and move in the next direction."
Yeah.
So it's the same thing.
Yeah.
We have to, we really, really, really have to learn to put the past in the past, and if we can't move past it, then don't try to move on. Don't
Right.
try to move on to the next
Yeah.
person because your
Yeah.
past still has a hold of you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like people who are just emotionally unavailable, they're just scared to get hurt. That's why a lot of them don't want to be into it. Their emotions, they don't want to express
Mm-hmm.
them. But it's a part of dating. Like, it's no point in dating or trying to pursue a relationship if you can't be vulnerable in that state.
Right. If you're not ready
Yeah,
to deal with the risk, then what's the point of
Yeah.
putting yourself
You,
out there?
you know what I'm saying? Like, because what if that is your person? What
Right.
if that
exactly.
is your
And
husband?
you
What if
go and
that is your
block your
wife?
blessings
You telling
by
me
being
you're not
emotionally
gonna open up to
unavailable.
them so they could be like, this is my person. Like, we understand each other's traumas, like we understand like each other's strengths. Like, you're not gonna build nothing if you're shutting out someone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and now I'm gonna be cautious and I'm gonna put my business out there just a little bit. I know I normally do, but that's sexual shit. I'm gonna put my emotional shit out there. When me and my wife got together, we both previously went through our own things. But when we got with each other, we decided, scratch what we went through, we're gonna give each other our all. And it was I can guarantee it was hard for her because and it was hard for me because we still had that open wound. It wasn't like it was years that had passed; it was months that had passed,
Yeah.
and we decided, okay, look, I'm gonna give you my all. Please don't hurt me, type shit. And I can honestly say, like, that was pretty much where I was coming. Like, I'm gonna put everything I got into you, but don't hurt me because I've already been hurt and I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if I got another one in me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I can get hurt again and still go back and love somebody ever again.
Yeah.
So,
But
but
you
you
were
have to
okay with
be
being
open about that.
and you were okay with being vulnerable. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, even for real, dog, even the night that I met you, I remember the night that I met you, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say the names of everybody who was there, but everybody was there like, I hate being married. I can't stand my ex-wife. Da 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 da. And Dawn stood out. Dawn stood out because Dawn, like, I actually love the idea of being married. I like being in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Um, so I feel like, even though something from your past might have hurt you in some type of way, you still could be like, that doesn't define what I want in life. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
you still pursue what you
Mm.
want in life and you got that. you know, where some people just let that hurt, dictate the rest of their lives. You being miserable and not being vulnerable with someone.
You have to. So first of all, you got to treat every individual like an individual. Stop
Yeah,
stop treating, and this goes for men and women. Stop treating the opposite sex as if everybody's the same, because they're not.
yeah,
um, Everybody has their one person that's going to make them feel comfortable, safe, secure. Take all that other shit off the table. So I'll give you a great analogy. I went to Cheesecake Factory when it first opened up out here, right? When it first opened up in Baltimore. Horrible experience. Horrible. Hated it.
yeah,
Does that mean I'm never
Cheesecake.
going to eat a Cheesecake Factory again? Nah. I'll just
yeah.
go to a different city. It might be a different situation.
Right,
So
right.
everybody's gonna be different. Stop taking one situation and applying it to everybody else. Like, we gotta
Absolutely.
stop doing that shit. And that's exactly what makes us become emotionally unavailable. We go, you
Mm-hmm.
know what? I was hurt before,
Yep.
so everybody I get with, I'm gonna go and give them my ass to kiss until I feel like I'm ready to give them more. Nah,
Exactly.
then
Exactly.
don't get with anybody else. Be a hoe. You know what I'm saying? Go out
Exactly.
there,
Exactly.
guys. Go out there, be hoeing.
Yep.
If you can't take a woman and say, you know what, you're different from my last, at the beginning of the whole situation, clean slate. You're not her.
Right.
I'm gonna put into you what you're putting into me, and we're gonna try to vibe until I figure out that we're not supposed to be together. I'm not gonna lean on what I just went through.
Right.
And that shit, I'll be honest, that shit was hard. You know what I'm saying? When I got with my wife, and on our second first when I on our first date, and we're sitting there having a conversation, and I'm like, yo, this shit is going great. Like, I'm grooving with this shit. And I'm like, yeah, but you groove with the last shit too, you know what I'm saying? And that shit didn't turn
Mm-hmm.
out well after 12 years. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So you groove with but then when I left her, the first thing I thought to myself was, she's not her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She is an individual, and everything that you just seen may be real. Give it an
Yeah.
opportunity. Give it a
Right.
chance.
Right.
And anybody who's scared to get hurt, stop dating.
Right.
Stop. Just go ahead and become asexual, beat your meat, play with your clit, whatever you got to
Oh
do.
Lord, Don.
Stop dating. Because in every relationship, there is an opportunity that you might get hurt. There's also an opportunity you might hurt somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Or
Take
it's
an
opportunity
opportunity.
that you find the love of your life.
Exactly. Because I'm telling you, I'm telling you, when I tell you I got it, I
Yeah.
got it. I
Yeah.
got it. If I got it, everybody can get it. Because I used to search and seek and try to find. When the shit just happened, it happened. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm cool with it. Like, I'm happy every day, all day, no problems.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's not a day that I walk around this house and go, damn, I made a mistake. Hell no. I walk around this house going, I got that one. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
I want to send a thank you card to everybody who let her go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I appreciate y'all motherfuckers. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Because I got her, and I was not scared to put a fucking ring on it. I'm cool.
Period.
God, I'm getting
I
called
want
out in the comments.
to. Yeah. Who calling me out?
Tobias.
You know why he calling me out, right?
Yo, that's so that dude, and I wish I could. I'm gonna pull you onto a fucking show because I'd like to put you on fucking Front Street, because that right there, that's a real ass fucking dude.
Hmm.
And I won't talk about it. I won't talk about it. But thank you for hanging out with us, because I won't
I
talk
know.
about
I
your
didn't even
business.
know he still
But
be watching.
he's one of those dudes that women will fuck around and find out. And you know what I'm saying? You can either be with him and he's your greatest adversary, or you could fuck him over and you could find the fuck out.
Yeah.
So, like, there's good dudes out there. And a lot of women, and I've talked to a lot of women, and they're like, "Yo, the dating pool today has got shit in it or whatever." Yeah, stop hanging out in the shitty pools. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, go to the pools where shit has got chlorine in it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And everybody's taking care of everybody. Everybody looking out for everybody.
Yeah. And I feel like people should definitely like date outside their type too, because I feel like you can't keep having the same type and get thinking you're gonna get a different result, and the type of people that you're attracted to.
Yeah,
This goes for men and women.
You got
and
to put
and
yourself
and,
out there,
and
fully
since he
out
told
there.
me I could take the guardrails off just a little bit, like Tobias is one of those dudes that will go to the edge of the earth for his woman. And it was crazy when I saw him hurt. I was like,
Not
yo,
broccoli, spinach,
you're
corn.
not the fucking like the last person you would expect to get her. I'm like, yo, nah, not you.
Yeah.
But the fact that there was a woman out there who was willing to hurt a good man, and he still tries to be a good man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
that's
I
the
feel like he still
difference.
got a little trust issues, but yeah, Tobias is a good person. Yes, he is.
I mean, he yeah, we talking about you today, bro. You have now become a
He,
topic of
he put
fucking
himself in it.
conversation.
It's okay.
You put yourself out there. It's hard for him not to have trust issues, but at the same time, he still lets down that guard just a little
Yeah.
bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like
Hmm.
he'll
Yes.
he'll give you just the slightest opportunity to show him different.
Yeah.
And this, so Dream Team. I know you early in the game, but take it from two guys, me and Tobias. You know what I'm saying? We're older. We've been through some shit. But let me tell you, you can go through anything you went through and still find happiness if you allow it to come. You know what I'm saying? Not
Definitely.
every woman's gonna be the same person. You know what I'm saying? So don't be the same person to every woman. Treat
Yeah.
every woman as an individual.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
women too.
yes, women, ladies, not all guys are shit.
Ain't
Not all
shit.
guys are a piece of shit. Not it's if you have had five ain't shit niggas in a row, figure out what you need to change about yourself.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Figure out what you need to do different so that you don't attract ain't shit.
I love you
Right.
too,
Like
Nicole.
real, I have met some beautiful women who will sit there and dog dudes out because they've like the last five guys treated me like shit. Well, whatever you did in the last five situations, do it different now.
Right.
Hmm.
You know what I'm
Reflect on
saying? Do
that.
that shit different. Reflect
Yeah.
on it. Get some counseling and do that
Hmm.
shit different.
Absolutely. Heavy on the counseling. Like I
Hmm.
feel
Heavy on
like
it.
because people don't understand, like it's a reason why you keep attracting the same type of person.
Yes. Talk to somebody about it.
Yeah. Like you need to figure out like what is going on in your brain that you keep on like liking certain traits of fucked up ass people.
Because one of the, and I'll be fucking transparent. One of my biggest issues used to be I would try to find the wife in a woman
Hmm.
instead of trying to find the woman who was a wife.
Everybody
Yeah.
ain't a
You
wife.
know what I'm saying? And I would pick the smallest thing and I'd be like, oh my God, she blinks twice every minute. She's a wife. You know what I'm saying? I would
What what
stupid shit.
what do you think, what qualities do you feel like a wife has? Like if there was a woman you was dating, what qualities do you look for in a woman that you would be like, this is wife qualities?
So a wife quality, a woman who is your teammate when she needs to be. She's your confidant when she needs to be. Um, she makes sure that your home, or and even if it's her home, you may not live there, but when you walk in there, you feel at home. You know what I'm saying? She makes you feel as if my place, wherever I'm at, whether it be a hotel room or my house, that's your place, and I'm gonna make you feel comfortable in it. Um, A wife is somebody who can basically build you up. Definitely cooks. I'm gonna go ahead. Yes, because that's one of my key things. Um, and doesn't make you beg for things that, as her mate, you should kind of deserve. You know, you should kind of deserve that. You know what I'm saying?
What are you talking about, head Don?
I'm saying if we gonna bring it up, I'm just saying, a little head every now and then ain't bad.
I'm
Oh
so
But
Lord,
man,
confused.
Dawn.
why should a man be sitting there going, "Oh, it's my birthday, I get some head"? No, I'm saying
I
like,
agree. I
I'm saying
agree.
like, and a woman should feel the exact same. And when you have that, when you both have that situation,
Yeah.
that's when you move forward to, okay, let's get engaged, let's get married, let's do this thing forever. But when you sitting there going, babe, you know what I'm saying? We gonna get together. Well, we just had sex last week. Oh, hell no. Hell no. Hell no. You know what I'm saying? If we had sex last week and we ain't having since then, we ain't having sex enough. Fuck that. Like, let's
Yeah.
go. Find somebody else. Find somebody to play with, because I ain't that dude.
Yeah.
Women don't understand, like a man, and I know I've said this on previous episodes. A man only asks for a few things in this world: fuck him, feed him, give him peace, and respect him. That's it. Any man that's asking for more than that, he should probably put on a skirt, because he's asking for too fucking much. A woman ain't gonna go too much further past that shit. If you can get all four, stop asking for shit.
Yeah. I think Tobias said cooks, hugs you, asks about your day, someone who is a safe place, someone you find home in. Um, but I think like, I feel like some women, like even in like the girlfriend phase, I feel like, you know, they wanna do, I'm not saying like certain things, like yes, of course you're gonna do if you're dating, like you know what I'm saying. But like I feel like sometimes women will either overextend themselves because it's like they wanna be a wife, but like what if the guy is not deserving of that,
Then it's the
like
wrong
when a
guy.
woman wanna be chosen. Like you know what I'm saying? Or another scenario is like I feel like some women might not want to display those things. Like some women be like, I don't want to have sex because I know he's cheating or he's cheating. He's not treating me right. I want to cook him a meal, but like he never takes me on dates. Like you know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm.
what do you think about stuff like that?
So women have to learn when to cut ties. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If
That's
if if it's
right.
somebody who is not doing your
And
basics,
you can agree with men too because like if a man is like doing stuff for a woman, but she's never like nurturing him, men should know when to cut ties with women too. Correct?
Absolutely. It's
absolutely.
You know what I'm
And
saying? Like
yeah.
if a man like I pay all the bills, I take you on dates, I get you anything you need, whatever the case may be. But it's like she's not nurturing him at all. Like, you know what I'm
that's
saying?
that's
Like,
that's when a man needs to cut off ties. I'll be right back, y'all. That's when a
okay,
man needs to cut off ties. And we have to be not scared to cut off ties.
yeah.
Yeah,
Tobias
definitely.
Tobias said women these days ain't feminine enough these days.
Because these men ain't making us feel feminine enough.
Yeah,
What?
Tobias, like, I need you to elaborate. Like, what is not making women feminine enough? Like, what do women
Like,
need
what
to
we not
do?
wifey material?
Well, what do women need to display to, you know, be more feminine in your eyes these days?
Because if a woman around you isn't being feminine, then maybe you need to, think about your approach, think about how you've been treating her and things like that. Think about if you've put her in a position for her to be able to be feminine.
Right.
Because that's a lot of, usually 9 times out of 10 it's a trauma response.
He said y'all
Even
don't.
find myself in that.
He said y'all don't hug. He said y'all want to dap. Yeah, all right.
Hey yo, I don't want
I've never
nobody's
tried to
dap.
dap a man. Like that's not like what else? Like what else are women not feminine enough? You can't just say like a woman trying to dap a man up. That's crazy though.
Yep, Neek, that's exactly right. If a woman is being aggressive, more than likely it's because you are showing her she has to take the lead. Exactly. Like women don't always want to take the lead. And if they feel that they have to, if they feel that they have to, then y'all don't appreciate shit. Maybe y'all ain't giving shit to appreciate. Like, come on now. If I can do it by myself and I've already had it before I got with you, you coming to give me, yeah, if y'all don't appreciate shit, then maybe come and elevate some shit then.
So sometimes a woman just need to fall back and see what they man gonna do. Like fall the hell back and see what he can do. Because if you keep pressing to take the lead, pressing to take the lead, eventually he gonna let you take the fucking lead. Like I'm like, look, I'm gonna fall back and do what the hell I need to do. And I know Tobias, so I know that he's the type of person who definitely takes the lead. If a woman can't get with him and go, you know what, I'll surrender, because he'll take a woman out of survival mode in a heartbeat. Like, you know what I'm saying? He does his own thing.
You don't have to be married. That's the whole point of being in a relationship. Trying to figure out, how the other person moves. You don't have to be married to be able to get that kind of stuff.
Yeah, like
That's the
how you
point
gonna
of a
be feminine
relationship.
when you have a whole man around you that she's trying to move her house. He's not willing to pick nothing up. Probably the same type of man that wouldn't get out the car and pump gas. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But you want
Like,
us to be
please.
feminine,
So, so, mm,
It's not just, it's
I'll
not wife. See, that's the thing. That's the thing that I feel like is an issue. Like, y'all put these labels on, like, wifey shit and blah, blah, blah. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? How you getting wifey shit when you not a wife? Like,
right? Like,
me
what's the
help
difference?
asking my man to help me move, that's not wifey
Right,
shit, that's me asking my man something.
right,
I'm what, I didn't ask for him to put the down payment on the house. No, I asked
right.
him to help me freaking
Pop your
move.
shit, Angie.
What? That don't make no sense. Like,
Yeah,
that's
like
the thing.
at the end of the day, what separates a girlfriend from a wife, and what separates a boyfriend from a husband?
so,
Exactly.
so here's the thing, and I know women have been saying this shit for years, and guys are actually starting to take hold of this shit as well. Women so don't give a man wife privileges if you're just a girlfriend. We doing the same thing. Don't give a woman, you know what I'm saying, husband privileges if you're just her man, because you might be her man this week. Next week, I've watched a woman who for a whole year she was talking about, oh, I found my king. I said, you trying to play spades? That's 4 kings in 1 year. No, so what the hell you doing?
Yeah,
So the same thing, like women have been saying for years. You know what I'm saying? Or what's another common phrase? Don't. Why would he buy the milk? Why would he buy the cow if he get the milk for free? The same thing. Like why are we gonna do things if we're not getting ready to move to the next level? And that should be for both men and women. You know what I'm saying? Don't sit there and if you go into your man's house and cooking for him, or he's coming to your house and you cooking for him all the time. If he got kids, you watching his kids for him. The fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like you doing everything the wife would do, but he's not willing to wife you? Or you know what I'm saying? You helping out with her bills, you know what I'm saying? You making sure she good. You going to the house and fixing shit. So you doing husband shit, but you not a husband?
I
Like
feel like I don't know. I feel like a lot of it has to deal with what we've been talking about this whole time, knowing when to cut shit off.
yeah,
Like you doing all of that and nothing's progressing. Leave that nigga. You doing all that and nothing's progressing. Leave her. Like
Right.
what? If you're sticking around and continuing to give wifey shit and you're not becoming a wife, that's on you. You wasting your time. If you sticking around and you doing all of this husband shit and you're not reaping the benefits, then that's on you. You doing that on your own. It's time for you. It's time for you to get up and time for you to move out. Time for you to do something different.
Yeah.
Don't
And
stop sticking. Stop sticking around. Stop sticking around when you know shit ain't right. Like that's that's why I feel like that's why people have all these issues because they're sticking around when they know shit ain't right. Leave.
so sometimes we we convince
Yo,
ourselves that
I'll be
shit is
right back.
better than it is, huh?
I'll be right back.
We can sometimes we convince ourselves that shit is better than it is. Sometimes we sit there and go, you know what?
Yeah.
It's all good, you know. I used to be real big on shacking up with somebody. I would do that shit in a heartbeat. And I came to a point where if I'm gonna live with you, then we need to be ready to build together. Like we need to be better. If we can't, if I can live with you, but we can't combine our shit, and we
Mm-hmm.
start acting like we're moving forward, I can't live with you because then we just playing house, and we know how playing house ends. The
Mm-hmm.
game has to end eventually. You know what I'm saying? The game has to shut the hell down. Um, But I was notorious for that shit. Like I would play house like a motherfucker. And I guess as I got older, I was like, you know, I can't just play house. If we not gonna do this, then let's not do this. Um, but we always see somebody the potential in somebody. Oh shit! What the hell are you talking about?
They going back and forth in the comments about age and
Talk
all of
about
that
moving in
stuff.
furniture. I hire somebody though. You know
Well, at
what?
least you'll do something. It her man wasn't doing anything.
Mm. But you
That's the
know what? I
difference.
can see that shit in Tobias. First of all, I can't see that. I can't see him and sitting there. I can't see him sitting there moving shit. Anyway, he's definitely a hire somebody type of person. I just that's just him. And at this stage of the game, my back is fucked up. I can't move shit. We gonna hire some people. Um, I kind of like the shaking up. Oh, the shacking up thing. Um, so here's the problem with shacking up. Um, you get comfortable with just doing that. Like you get comfortable with just that, and what happens is your progression forward slows down. Um, I, me and my wife was together probably 6 months, and I had a key to our house. She had a key to mine. But once I made the decision that we're going to live in the same place, I already knew then it's time to start moving forward. It's time to start looking forward. And at the time, and I'm gonna put my shit out there, I was still going through a divorce, so I couldn't get married. You know what I'm saying? I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't even start my journey forward because I still had to take care of shit behind me. But if you're willing to, first of all, if you live with somebody, you have now combined your finances in one way or the other. Because I know everybody goes, oh, well, if we're not married, it's so much easier to break up. If y'all living together, it's not. Because somebody got to find an apartment.
Right.
Somebody got to figure out some place to live. So it's not as easy. You worried about a piece of paper then? You know what I'm saying? Like, get that shit out the way. Make it done. I'm a big proponent of marriage, and I'm always going to be. If I feel like if two people are willing to be together and they're willing to move forward, keep moving forward. That piece of paper it makes no difference one way or the other. But what it does is it creates a sense of security. it creates something that is not there when you're just dating. Because until you get married, you are just dating. I don't give a how you want to slice it. Oh, that's my woman. That's you're dating
Mhm.
with options. You know what I'm saying? Just pull the trigger and do it. Um, but I'm gonna step off my soapbox because everybody ain't dying. I'm gonna step off my damn soapbox. Um, what the hell is Tobias talking about? Um,
Say use Google. Get his ass the fuck out of here. He said Chat
he
GPT.
said Chat GBT.
I love ChatGPT.
Me too. He like, what you need me to help brainstorm? He's such an asshole.
But you know what? He's an asshole. But I have never got anything other than real out of him, so he's a real
Yeah, I
asshole.
know. Tobias is definitely cool.
He's a real asshole.
Yeah, he
We have
is.
one more topic. Was we gonna get to it? What we
Yeah,
one
Andy,
sixteen into it?
what's your
We have one more
topic?
topic.
My topic for the night is, would you date someone who's extremely cheap?
So let's replace cheap with frugal. Let's call it frugal. Um, cheap. It depends on your level of cheapness. Um, and I know women are gonna have a whole different conversation for this one,
Go ahead.
but um, it depends on your level of cheapness. If you're sitting there and you're being cheap about like the stupid stuff, yeah, I might look at you a little sideways. But if your cheapness is preparing for the future, I can rock with that. You know, I can rock out with that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let y'all have a field day with this one.
Me, like, I don't know, cause like I'm not bougie by no means. Like, I love a bargain, I love a deal, I like thrifting, but like it also can't be like cheap where it's like fucking embarrassing. Like, what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Embarrassing me. Like if we hypothetically we go to a restaurant, they be like, oh, we're gonna say like if I ate seafood or some shit, and they're like, oh, we have this certain menu that if you pay this amount, you go all you can eat seafood. But they not trying to pay for mine. They like you. I'll just sneak you some crab legs or some shit. Like that would piss me off. Like.
Yeah. You out of your
But
mind for that.
yeah, you feel me? Like, cause it's like we on a date, like, like, and you sitting there like trying to like fucking budget, now we going out to eat, like some carry out shit. I would like if we like, oh, we gonna get this, whatever. All right. But if we wanna like date you being cheap, that would piss me off. But outside of that, like, I don't know, cause if you be like, when you're not rinsing your toothbrush, make sure you shut the water out off. You feel me? Like, don't let the water run while you brushing your teeth. That would piss me off
That's
too.
saving the environment.
I don't give a shit.
No,
I don't
fuck
know. I'm
that. Shut
recycling,
that water
so
off. You don't need it running the whole damn time.
I don't
Shut that
know.
shit
Like,
off.
if it was like OCD cheap, like where it's like, all right, motherfucker, like it's not that damn serious, Because I'm all about the crazy thing with me is like I'm all about like saving money too at the same time, but it's
Right.
like don't act cheap when it comes to certain things. Like, don't act overly fucking cheap. Like, y'all ever seen them it was like a show where it was like a family used the same bath water. Cause
Mm-hmm.
Oh
like
yeah,
that's
yeah,
you
nah,
feel me? Like that's fucking
that's
dirty.
nasty
Like,
cheap. Fuck that, that's
yeah,
nasty
like
cheap.
don't act
Yeah.
cheap to that extent. Tobias,
Yeah.
no, I said hypothetically, like if we was eating seafood or some shit.
I mean,
But
I feel like I can deal with somebody that's cheap, but like we said, I feel like it really does depend on, I feel like it really, really does depend on the cheap. Like, like say, because I'm cheap.
me
I'm
too.
cheap. I'm cheap all day. I'm cheap all day long. Like,
Yeah.
as y'all can see, I love to wear makeup. I love to wear makeup, but I'm definitely going to hit up Walmart before I go hit up Ulta or something. You feel me? I'm gonna go see what I can get out of there before I go to Ulta and spend, $100 on two products. You feel me? I'm going to Aldi before I go to Giant. You feel me? You
Yeah.
know,
I fucks with
I will
Aldi.
get a
I
phone
fucks with
case
them.
from Five and Below before I get a phone case from T-Mobile. You
Yeah.
feel me? So I feel like I'm always down to save money. I'm always down to, pinch a penny. If I can find a way
Right.
to get something cheaper, I'm definitely gonna do it.
But what
But
happens? What happens if you and your boyfriend like, I want to take you out tonight, and he be like, you can't order nothing on the menu past $20,
that's
and you can
insane.
only drink
No, I'm not
water.
going. I'm not going. I'm not going. I'm not going because if I can get it for myself, no, I'm not going.
That yeah, that's
I'm
how I feel
absolutely not
too.
going.
But wait, he
I'm not
he was
going.
explaining his situation. Look, I got enough for the $20 side of the menu. If you jump to the other side, we Dutching this shit. Like we going Dutch.
Tobias gonna say I'm cheap in regards not throwing away food. He gonna make y'all sick.
No,
Mhm.
everybody gonna eat that shit. We gonna eat that shit until it's gone.
He said, "What? You not? Who's not wifey type? And what are you talking about?"
Mm-mm. And here comes the bomb.
Right? Like,
Um,
what do you mean? What you not wifey type? Who not wifey type?
As a grown man, you're not about to
Cause I
tell
got a
me like
man.
you can only spend $20 or $15 or some shit. Like if that's the case, we shouldn't be going out to eat at all. We should be cooking at home.
Take your ass to Bali.
right. He may
Then
be saving up
at
for a
this
big
point
something
he just
bigger.
make at this point he just making shit up. And honestly, he sound kind of slow. Just go.
No, he's the kind of
No,
motherfucker to take you to Bali.
That sound
Tobias is a
crazy.
gentleman.
That sound
That's the crazy.
crazy.
That's the crazy thing. He's the motherfucker that will take you to fucking Bali. That
That
motherfucker
sound
has been to more
crazy.
countries than shit. I'm trying to get my passport looking like
Right.
his.
But I just look at it like my point is Tobias, if it's like, all right, if it's a fact that a man is trying to stack the money up to go out the country, then we just shouldn't go out to eat. Don't say like, hey, let's go out to eat if it's a budget. Now, if that's the case, like, let's just order takeout. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because when you go out to eat, you got to
Right.
tip for everything.
Exactly. Like don't try to limit me when we can just together do something cheaper.
Yeah. Like if we saving money because we going out of the country, then like let's save money and like just cook at home until like we go
Exactly.
on our vacation together.
Exactly. Let's not go out and you tell me, oh, I can't do this, that, and the third because we're trying to save for this. For all that, we might as well just not do it and just chill at home.
So
Yeah.
the crazy thing is the same. This is gonna sound bad. Fuck it, but I don't care. The same way women know within the first 15 seconds whether they gonna fuck a dude, I know within the first 15 seconds where the fuck we eating at. I know whether we going out to eat or one of us is cooking. Not
Yeah.
everybody is go out to eat fucking material. I'm not spending my money on somebody who's not worth it. I'm just not gonna
Yeah.
do it. And
Yeah.
there's guys who look at that shit like way like when women be like, oh, he took me to Golden Corral because that's what the fuck he saw in you. That's all he saw in you. You were a Golden Corral type of fucking girl.
Yeah.
That was it.
I
And
mean, I do feel like women should also be mindful, especially if like it's just like you're just starting to date someone. I feel like women should be
Right.
mindful of like not going crazy on a menu. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like oh, I want this, I want the steak and lobster, and I wanted to go platter or whatever. Like, I don't think you should be like trying to, I call it test a man's pockets. I don't think you should do that.
and they tested for the wrong reason because just because he spent that on you on the first date, that don't mean that's what he's going to
Exactly.
continue to spend on you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He's not really
Exactly.
he's not going to blow the bank constantly on you because if you don't show him that that's what you deserve, he might check that first date off as that was wasted money. But from here going forward, I'm stopping by the house for dinner, and then we gonna fuck, and that's it.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, I feel like why are you asking? I feel like you shouldn't be asking for something or you shouldn't be expecting anything that you can't get for yourself.
Right.
I agree. I 100% agree. You should not put somebody in a position that you wouldn't put yourself in.
Yeah.
You got some women
Yeah.
that are straight
But
foodies. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
they're like, yo, I like to hit the fancy restaurants and all of
Tobias.
that, and can't afford it.
But I just like went back to like the question though. Like I feel like like, yes, I'm all about saving money, but if your cheap comes with controlling me, then I don't want to
Yeah.
deal with somebody
Yeah.
like
Yeah. You ain't about to tell me what I can and cannot get because
do
you
not even regards just to like restaurant, but just shit in like period. Like, oh no, you not buying this for yourself because we trying to do this and then or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it can't come with like control.
yeah.
One of my biggest things, or when we talked about wifey material, if I take a woman out to eat, and let's say I treat the first time, even the second time, if she doesn't mention, yo, next time's on me, or you know what I'm saying, maybe I can take the next one. Yeah, nah,
You don't
nah,
want to date her?
nah, because at that
So you feel
point,
like after 2 days a woman is supposed to be paying for the date?
not she, so she doesn't have to do it, but she should at least offer.
Offer? Okay.
What if she's just
Yeah,
like but what if she's just like extreme, what if she's just like really traditional?
Yeah.
the the fuck, we ain't
Because
traditional no
like
more.
you got some men that really would get offended if you offer, even if you offer.
Shit, well, not this guy. I'm not him. I'm not him. Look,
You know,
my
and I'm not
pockets
saying you
only
shouldn't
go but so
offer.
deep.
Yeah, I'm not saying you shouldn't offer. I definitely feel like, you know, I think we talked about this before. Like, somebody took me on a date, and then like maybe like I was going to go see you or something. I'm like, oh, I'm already stopping to grab something to eat. Do you want something? You know what I'm saying? Because I
Yeah.
Hmm.
heard that scenario online too. There was this guy who, I guess he took the girl on like all of these dates, and then one day she was coming to his apartment to come, you know, I guess like Netflix and chill type shit. And he asked her, she didn't ask him, like, hey, I'm on my way. Do you want me to stop? You know, he texted her, he was like, do you mind stopping and grab me something to eat? And she was like, can you send the money? And he,
Oh
in his
nah.
mind, he like, why do he need to send money? Because he sat here and took her on all of these dates, you know. And we talked about this before, but I'm like, I feel like I wouldn't hesitate to buy somebody something if they ask me, you know, if
Right.
within reason, especially if you've been sitting here taking me on dates. You know, it's
Yeah.
me personally, like I'm the type of person that if like we dating and then I'm coming to see you, I might even offer like, do you need anything? You want me to stop and grab something? You know, like stuff like that, whatever. But
Yeah. If a
And a
person can't
lot.
reciprocate,
yeah,
something, then that person cheap, that's a problem.
So to me, that's a super green flag. Like if a woman's coming over and she's like, let's say I'm cooking. And she's like, okay, I'm on my way over there. You need me to grab some liquor, something, you grab some wine for us. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Mhm.
Like to me, that's a green flag because she's not thinking, okay, so I'm going over there and I'm just gonna. You wouldn't show up at somebody's party empty-handed.
right, empty handed.
Why would
Yeah,
you
I
show
Mhm.
up
don't.
to your man's house empty-handed?
Yeah,
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? To me, that's a super green flag. Like, yeah, yeah, grab whatever you like. I'll drink whatever the hell you like. I'm cool now because
yeah,
I feel like I'm not being used. And guys don't want to be used. Like we don't want that shit. We
yeah,
we we feel like I'm gonna do for you, you're gonna do for me. That's the beginnings of a relationship. But if I'm
yeah.
gonna constantly do for you, and women should feel the same fucking way. If because I know women who will take dudes out all the fucking time because they make more money. If that dude ain't got enough money to take you out one damn time, if he can't go ahead and say, you know what, I got this check, you're probably not with the right dude.
Yeah.
um,
But what you said, the third date thing, like I just feel like whoever initiates the date is supposed to pay.
Mhm.
And I feel
I
like,
agree.
so I don't like by you saying like by day three if she doesn't offer, I feel like yes, would it be a nice gesture if a woman offers? Yes. But it's like she getting cut off because she doesn't offer, but you initiated the third date, you know?
Right.
Like I definitely feel like women, you know, it can be reciprocal. Like, you know, I feel like if a man take you on a date, you know, you should be like, hey, if a woman hits you up like, hey, let's go to the movies or let's go to Top Golf or something, and she's asking you about it, that means like, I will probably even be like, it's on me. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I'm asking you to go do something. Um,
Right.
but I feel like whoever initiates the date
All right, so
gotta pay. That's not to
I'm
say she can't offer the tip or nothing.
Yeah.
I'm a,
She can buy some drinks.
I'm gonna tell the guys about the male 3 date rule, and this is the way the shit should work. If you ask a woman out for a date, and she goes, you know what I'm saying? Things don't go horrible. Y'all cool, y'all chill. You take her out for another date, she accepts. That means she should, at that point, like being around you. If she's not asking by the third date, let's go out and do something. I want to see you. Then you chasing. Stop chasing. Stop. Just
You
put a
think
hard
so?
pause on it.
Because you
Yeah.
have some men that really want to court women though. Like you have
Right.
some
What's wrong
men.
with
I
dating?
literally dated someone that all he wanted to do was take me on dates. And like it was like what he wanted. And like I said, like it was like one time I went to go see it and I'm like, hey, I'm stopping here. You want something to eat? I went and got him something to eat, but he know that's not the reason. Number one, I don't use men for like food. You know what I'm saying? If that was the case, like some women can really have like breakfast, lunch, and dinner dates, like on some real shit. But like, you know, some men really court women where they like some men never expect a woman to come out their pocket for nothing. You have
Yeah.
men that are like that.
No, but that's cool. If okay, so he takes you on the first date, takes you on the second date, and and I'm sure both of you have been in a situation where you like, damn, I really want to see him. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the middle of the
Yeah,
week. I really want to see him. I want to spend time with him this weekend. If a woman's not hitting you up going, yo, I just want to see you, it don't have to be we going out. I just
yeah,
want to see you. You know what I'm saying? We can go for we
yeah,
can walk through a fucking public park. I just want to spend some time with you. I've really enjoyed that time. If she's not doing that shit by the third date, she's not really into you. She's just enjoying
Yeah.
what you're doing for
yeah.
her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
I
that
agree.
like there are really women that use men just to go out to eat. Like, cause I you don't want to know why? Because I've had people say that to me. I'll be like, "Oh, this guy hit me up. He want to go on a date," and I'll be like, "But I'm not interested." They like, "Girl, go get the food." I'll be like, "Bitch, I can buy my own food. Like,
Right.
I'm not
Right.
going on a date with him to get
Mhm.
food. Like, that's
Because you don't really
crazy."
want to be around him anyway. Like you,
No,
Right.
no,
so why be
and
around him just
I
for a
never
fucking
want a
meal?
man to think like I
Yeah.
owe you something or because you took me out on a
Mm-hmm.
date, like I owe you. No, like I'm not going on a date with you to get a meal. If I'm not
Right.
interested in you, I'm not going. Period. You know. But you do have women that are strictly out here, like, yeah, money tight. I'm gonna get him to take me to lunch, get him to take me to dinner. You know.
That's
Um,
embarrassing.
it is. I used to work with
That's
this. I used to work with
embarrassing.
this Asian girl. I used to work with this Asian girl that did that shit. She used to be on like dating apps, and she literally used to have like breakfast, lunch, and dinner dates. Like, well, and she would literally just be going out to dates to eat.
Mm.
That's called dating welfare.
Hey
that's
yo, not
that's
welfare.
dating welfare, yo. That's you sitting there trying to you what is it AFDC or whatever you need fucking food stamps. Quit fucking playing. You need to get
Yeah,
your life together.
yeah. So I definitely don't feel like men definitely shouldn't be, used just for dates. So it's like, yeah, you got some women that are like that.
Like if I have to initiate 3 dates in a row, nah, I'm good.
Yeah. And she
Cause
not hitting you up
now I'm
asking to
chasing
see
you.
you. She don't wanna.
That
Yeah.
looks it's kind of thirsty for a man. Like every time, yo, you ain't. I know we ain't seen each other all week for 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? The last 2 weeks I reached out to you. Can I reach out to you now? Can we see each other? That's a little thirsty. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
she ain't thinking
She's not
about
that into you.
it. Yeah, she's thinking of who can I get with today, not can I get with you.
Yep.
Nah, let
But
that
what
shit
if
go.
what if what if people are like, I don't know, like what if a woman is more like reserved and she just don't, I don't want to say like she want to be chased, but like sometimes that's not naturally in a woman's instinct to like be trying to initiate things. Like
If
me
you want,
personally, like I'm not saying I would hit a guy and be like, "Hey, I want to see you," but like I'm really the type of woman that I'm not approaching a man like I would
But
let
he
a man
did the
approach me.
approaching at that point.
Yeah, I
He
was ready
did
to
the
say, but you're
approaching.
already talking.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm
I
saying?
get that, but I'm saying some women are just even in the dating phase, they're more reserved. Like in the beginning,
If
when you first meet somebody, like I'm not saying like a woman wouldn't say like, "Hey, I want to see you" within the first 3 days. That's like 3 weeks.
that's
Yeah, I guess
3 weeks.
that. I guess.
That's
Yeah.
yeah. You because after the second date, you were either walking away from that date going, I can't wait till we
But what
spend
if
time
somebody's like an
again.
overthinker? Like I think I'm an overthinker, and
Stop
so
thinking
like
so
I'll be
much.
like, no, like that. I'm being dead ass serious. Like I might sit here and be like, dang, I miss him or something. But like, am I getting on his nerves? Like I don't want to get on his nerves. I don't want to seem too clingy. Like you know what I'm saying?
But I mean,
Like
if you only didn't ask them once, if this your
Right.
first time asking them, why you thinking like that?
I
How
don't
you being
know.
Now,
too clingy?
if
That's the first time you asked them.
if you leave the first date, or let's say if you leave the second date, and let's say the second date was on the weekend, and then Monday you like I want to see you, and he's like, all right, cool, I'll come through, and then Tuesday you like I need to see you again today. That's a little different.
Yeah, that is that. Yeah, that's
That's a
definitely
little
clingy.
clingy. That's
Yeah,
and
yeah.
That's
some
gotta
guys are
be.
not cool with that. But if it's like if y'all going an entire week, because everybody works, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's busy. If you go an entire week without seeing somebody, if by the end of week number 3, you're not sitting there going, yo, I really enjoy your time. I want to see you. You know what I'm saying? I want to get with you. Know what I'm saying? Let's hang out. Let's do something. It
Yeah,
ain't got to be nothing
I got you right.
expensive, but a man wants to know that if he's running towards somebody, that they're at least gonna stop and wait. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? They don't want to feel like I'm chasing her down every week, and I gotta figure out how to get on her schedule for the weekend. Guys don't want to do that shit either. They don't want to do that.
Mm,
It's so easy to lose interest that way. For me, if I go into week number 3 and I'm still chasing, at that point, I'm just trying to get the pussy to make up for the last 2 dates. At that point, I'm trying
Get
I'm
this
trying
man
to
the
clean
fuck out of here, dog.
I'm trying to clean up for the
Yo,
past two at
like
that
he
point.
really said that.
I'm trying to get some shit out of this whole situation, and then I'm kind of done at that point. Like I'm a ghost.
A
Toxic.
Yeah.
mess. A mess.
Guys need to be real these days. I'm being real. Guys need to be real. My first 2 dates with my wife was 2 days in a row. It just so happens that the second day, the day after our first date, I was like, shit, I ain't doing nothing. Yo, you busy? Fuck, let's hang out. And from there,
And now y'all
I'm
locked in.
married. You know what I'm saying? I'm married. That it was because it was reciprocal at that point because on the I don't know if it was day 3, but somewhere in the next week she was like, "Yo, let's hook up, let's hang out."
Hmm.
Now I don't feel like I'm chasing somebody that's running away. I'm walking towards somebody that's willing to stop.
But what if a woman is communicating with you through the whole 3 weeks but doesn't initiate the third date? You gonna say she not interested in you?
So
Like, what if she wake up and be like, "Good morning, I hope you have a great day," or she checking on you like, "How was your day today?"
that's
But it's
sweet.
like,
That's cute. Okay.
I'm
Okay.
just saying, like, to me,
That's
that's a
good.
woman like still showing interest even though she didn't initiate a date. You
You
know what I'm
know
saying?
what? That still works. That works because
Oh,
At least you're still showing interest.
right. You're
yeah. So are
initiating
you
the
talking about like
interest.
men that, or I guess women that are like never hitting a guy at first period?
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
every
Okay.
day the guy's like, good morning, beautiful. You know what I'm saying? How are you
Okay.
doing today? And she's like, oh, I'm good.
Drinking. Just come
My
through when you done with dude. That always works for me.
See, he
The
never
booty
fails us. He
call.
will not fail us one time. But if a guy is like every day, like, good morning, beautiful, how are you? And she's like, I'm good.
Yeah, being
And not,
short.
How's your
and
day
Not
you
the
talking about
going?
like not
conversation.
engaging in conversation?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like if he's chasing down the conversation, that's the first red flag. If you gotta chase the conversation, let that conversation go.
Yeah,
Fuck it.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Let that shit go.
I feel you.
I've been in those annoying situations where I have to ask questions to get a response. It's not like a reciprocal conversation. If
Right.
I
Yeah.
say good morning, how are you? Your response should be, I'm doing good. How are you today?
Right.
If
Right. With
Right.
a
You just
follow with
saying
another
good.
question.
you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
it should be a follow up
You gotta keep
Follow up
the
situation.
question.
back and forth.
Right.
Yeah.
If I gotta follow that shit up with, so you busy today?
Yeah.
At that point, I'm not
What?
even asking you.
Okay.
Tap out.
Yeah,
Done.
I ain't gonna lie. That would definitely be annoying. Like if you are trying to engage in conversation and they not having like follow up question to keep the conversation going.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why everybody thinks that the relationship pool got shit in it. Because we're accepting of the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah.
We accept the shit. We are sitting there going, it's got shit in it, but it's not diarrhea. You know what I'm saying? Like his shit
Hey
ain't
yo.
diarrhea. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like he's
Yeah.
he's alright. At least his shit is hard. You know what I'm saying? I
Hey
can move around
yo.
it. Look, damn it, we
Yeah.
real on this damn
Dawn.
show.
Yeah.
But
I definitely believe it has diarrhea in it. I low key like I don't want to say I give up on men, but I low key just don't give a shit.
so, mm, mm, I'm about to I'm about to do this right here on you real quick. Um,
Where do I
what?
go?
And we
Okay.
still here, but we focusing on you.
It's a sign.
They're like Bridget.
A
Right.
sign.
So, at what point are you limiting guys to? You know what I'm saying? I'm done. I can't do it. And once again,
Honestly, to be honest, like, can y'all
We
hear me
still
still?
here.
yeah,
Okay.
we
We
can
still
hear
here.
you.
Why y'all singling me out? Um, to be honest, like I really haven't. I don't talk to nobody, and I haven't dated nobody in a long time. I honestly took a break from dating. Like guys be asking me on dates, but I'll be like, I'm not dating right now. Um, but I think it's more so like what I see. I plan to date. I'm just like trying to lock in with certain things. But I do plan to like get out there and start dating. But I took a break on dating for a while now. And I don't talk to nobody just for the simple fact, like, I also don't want to have, like, we talked about this before, like, meaningless sex with people. I don't want to have no type of bondage with nobody. And then say if I do start dating and meeting a good person, I don't want to feel like I'm attached to this person just because I'm fucking them or whatever the case may be. But I think it's more so like what I see that like makes me like it's just a lot of shit with men. Like, I feel like men, and I know every man is not the same, but like a lot of men lack discipline and are not loyal, and that's like big things with me. And I
Mm-hmm.
know every man is not like that, but it's like it just almost make you just not fucking want to try. We just had a whole episode of like being vulnerable and stuff, but I just part of me just don't want to be vulnerable with no one because it's like like you said, like if you don't want to be vulnerable, you shouldn't be dating. A part of me just like I just don't want to be vulnerable with men. And it's just because of
Ain't
the
got time.
repetitive shit that I see. And I'm emotional. Like I don't think I got it in me for like a man to play with me. So yeah, I don't know. But it's just
So,
what I see. Like I don't know. And it's not even just in men, but it's like even with women not having like self respect or women okay
mhm,
with fucking a man that's in a marriage or a relationship. It's just everything it just disgusts me. How
Mm-hmm.
both parties carry themselves. Because I wouldn't be able to sit here and just be like, oh, it's the men, because it's like some women. If I was in a relationship with a man, it's still women that's going to try to be hand with your man knowing that you in a whole relationship with him. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't know.
it's interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. It's interesting to talk to somebody who's single and in
And
this
not
fucked
talking
up
to nobody.
situation.
And believe me, it's a lot of women that's like me. I'm telling you right now. Like I know so many women, they are beautiful as fuck. And they literally go in the house every day and don't entertain nobody. Like nobody.
Is it and I know so when I was definitely out there, to me it was trash. The situation,
Yeah.
even from a woman's standpoint, to be a thirsty woman is fucking unattractive to me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Unattractive. Like thirsty. That means that means somebody didn't. Everybody didn't want you, and you just like fuck it. You the guy. I don't want to be. I never wanted to be that person. I do. So men do like to chase. They do want to feel like they have to put forth some effort for the woman to be like, okay, maybe I'll slow down and stop. Men don't want a thirsty woman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They don't. They want a challenge.
Yeah.
They just don't want to have to run into brick walls all day. So
Mm-hmm.
they do want a challenge. So, and I'm gonna ask you this because I know you have your variety of interests are vast, right?
Uh-huh.
And I hate to put you on Front Street, but damn it, it's all about you
Not y'all
today.
keep pushing me to Front Street.
So, do you ever like just go do things that you're interested in and think, maybe I'll find a guy that's interested in stuff. And I don't mean like the superficial stuff, like, and not this is superficial, but not like at the gym, you know what I'm saying? Oh, he works out too. God, you know what I'm saying? That nigga's on the same treadmill at the same time. That nigga must be my husband. Not that type of shit,
Yeah.
but the abstract shit. You know what I'm saying? The shit that you're into that you don't expect most men to be into. And
Yeah. I feel like I do. I feel like, and I don't want to say like that. I just feel like men be intimidated of me, and I feel like they
mm,
always have. Even like especially men my age, and I'm talking even in my 20s. Like even my mom used to say that. I'm like, Mom, why like guys my age like don't never they'll be looking, breaking their whole fucking neck, but they be scared as hell. She like because they're intimidated. She like older men. She always told me, and I was like, but because I was like older men always try to talk to me, and I never been into like older men. And she like, older men is going to try to enhance because they got let down so many times.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, but men your age, she's like, they're going to be intimidated by you. And she's been telling me this since my 20s. And people always say like, oh, well, you need to smile more and this, that, and the third. But it's like, just based on someone's like facial features or whatever the case may be, don't mean that they a bad person. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Like, I shouldn't have to like just be smiling for no reason. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. And then I ain't gonna lie, like when men are intimidated by me, it's a turn off. Like, cause I just
Mm.
like I'm just like, I don't know.
Because why? Why are you intimidated? Like,
Thank you. Like I'm a woman.
please
Like
stop.
what
Right.
are you scared of? Like what am I gonna do to you?
Exactly.
So there are guys who might look at a woman, and I'm not going to make it a specific woman. I'm not going to put nobody on Front Street or anything like that. Um,
Stop doing this to me.
but there's guys that might look at a woman and go, what I'm saying, like she might be out of my league, but damn, I just want to say hi. You know what I'm saying? Like I just want her to
I just
smile
think
at
that's the
me.
dumbest thing ever. Like I feel like I think it's the dumbest thing ever. Like I'm so humble. Like, I feel like people it's really that phrase to stop judging a book by its cover. Me and my homegirl was talking about that. Like, because I feel like people do that with her too. You know what I'm saying? Like they feel intimidated. But you really like you can't go based off of like because I heard so many people tell me that like when I first met you, I'm sorry, y'all. When I first met you or when I first saw you, I thought you were mean, blah 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 blah. Like come on now, you can't really judge a book by its cover. Me being a hairstylist, it's plenty of people that I'm like, when I first saw them, they might look like they mean or they might look like they be some type of way. And the whole time they're like the sweetest people that I ever met in my life. So
Mm-hmm.
you really can't like judge people based on how they look. If you feel like they look mean or because you can meet a person that looks like they're so nice and they be the most shittiest people in the world.
Right.
I'm
So
sorry, I'm so sick.
nah, it's cold and flu season. Everybody, wash your fucking hands. That's my problem. I
Right.
kept catching the damn
I don't
cold.
know who the hell got me sick.
Um, the push carts at the damn grocery store. But we'll talk about this shit another time. That shit is enough to fucking get anybody damn sick. Grab that damn shit.
Yeah.
Um, so Angie, when you met your man, because you know I don't want to beat up on Bridget the whole time.
Yeah, stop beating up on
Um,
me.
I won't beat up on Bridget the whole time. Um, when you met your man, like what made you realize that he was that dude? Like, what made him take you out of protection mode to I'm gonna relax a little bit? What made him do that for you?
Um, I feel like it did take a little bit of time for me to get into relaxing mode.
Okay.
And when I say it took me a little bit of time, I mean like we was probably maybe like I'd say maybe about 4 years in once I got into
God
relaxing
damn
mode.
it! What the fuck? Stop it! What the hell you mean 4 years?
Because you gotta listen, you gotta learn a person. I feel I don't know. I feel like I'm a very very independent woman because like I said, I came from an upbringing of where I had a lot of things done for me. So I'm just a super, it's all right, I'm gonna do it myself kind of person. So I feel like it took me a long time to just be able to relax, and de- I felt like it had a lot to deal with. Like I said, I feel like it had a lot to deal with how I was brought up, and I also feel like I had to deal with a lot with how I was treated. Like are we really going to be doing this, or are we going to be doing this until we get mad at each other, or are we going to be doing this until maybe we get into an argument and now all of a sudden we don't want to do the things that we're doing for each other, stuff like that. I feel like it takes a lot for somebody to really be able to
I think somebody
get
let you down as a
comfortable.
child. I think somebody let you down as a child.
Well, yeah, oh, absolutely. I have very, very deep mommy and daddy issues.
Okay.
Yeah, working through them in therapy.
Yeah.
Um,
Girl,
so I
nope,
feel
nope.
like,
I wasn't nice to Bridget. I ain't gonna be nice to your ass either. We talking 4 years. Are you serious? If you know what, I'm not gonna leave you alone. I'm about to say I'm gonna leave you alone. I'm not going to. Four
do you want do you
years?
want do you want your daughter to just up and just be like, all right, I'm gonna let this man just do whatever for me because he's nice.
No, I want her to be receptive to not
Yeah.
like my daughter. If my daughter's probably gonna kill me for this. She is going to kill me for this. She is with a guy now who, by all accounts, is that perfect dude. Like I call him son already. Like that's my son. But I don't expect her to keep him on the leash because of what she previously went through with her son's dad. You know what I'm saying? If she don't put forth an effort to say, you know what, you're not what I previously had, and I'm gonna give you the opportunity to show me different.
Yeah.
If she does anything other than that, I would pull her to the side and be like, you know what, you need to check yourself because he's doing what's right. And if you can't accept his rightness for being right, then you need to not date and fall back. And I beat up on Bridget pretty damn bad,
No,
so
I mean,
so don't
I feel
hold it
like what
against me.
Angie is doing, I
I
have
love you,
that same
Ange,
issue
but
too.
don't hold it against me.
That's
I
why
feel
I'm
like
in
I have.
therapy, Dawn.
I
I'm
mean,
working
Angie.
through my problems.
I feel like I have those same issues too. Like I have a hard time allowing people to do stuff for me. And I really think it's because like I really couldn't depend on people growing up, not because people done stuff for me. Like I feel like because
Hmm.
people didn't do stuff for me, you know. But I feel like that is something that I through the past years I've tried to, it's hard, like I really don't like people paying for me, Um,
Hmm.
or like just doing anything for me, because I always feel like if someone does something for me, I owe you something, or you're gonna feel like I owe you something, you
Mm-hmm.
know. So I feel like, it definitely can come from like, mommy and daddy issues, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
So
and honestly, for me when it comes down to it, it's the real deep stuff that takes me a while to let someone come around. Like, we can go out on dates, and you can pay for me and stuff like that, and you can buy me gifts and stuff like that. I'm very receptive to that. I love being wined and dined. I love being treated nice and all that stuff. I'm 100% receptive to that. But I feel like, when I got into one, I'm very old fashioned. And two, when I got into my relationship, I've been in my relationship we just hit 6 years in December. I'm 32. So that means when I got into my relationship, I was what, 30, I was what, 26?
Yeah,
So,
mhm.
I'm getting to a point in my life where it's like, I'm not playing. I got, there's things that I want to do. I want to get married. I want to have, a family, all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. So, it's really like, are you going to, are you going to be the husband that I need, not the boyfriend that I need? Because at this point, because at the end of the day, I'm not looking for a boyfriend. I'm looking for a husband. I don't need to know if you can, pay for these dates and stuff like that. I need to know if that job that you're working right now, is this going to be your, is you making this into a career? Those are things that I need answered.
yeah,
I need to know, like, what's your credit like? Is it good? Cool. How did it get good? Is it bad? Cool. How are you going to make it better? How's the
right,
relationship with your mother? How's the relationship with your family? How, how do you pay your bills? How you setting up your paychecks to pay your bills every 2 weeks because you get paid bi-weekly? That's the kind of stuff that I'm looking for. I'm looking for the real hard, long life stuff. That's why I feel like it took me so long to, you know, get to like let him in, because I felt like I was already doing that with somebody else and it didn't work out.
yeah,
So it's like
I
I didn't want to get too, not that I didn't want to get too deep into it, because we moved in together, a year after us being together. But at the end of the day, we were only living with each other. We not married. We ain't got no kids, no nothing. So, even now if we wanted to break up, there's no ties. You
there
feel
is. It's
me?
called a whole apartment. Like somebody got to find some place to live. It's a whole
Oh
apartment
yeah, but
size.
well, I mean, yeah, but yes, I get that. But at the end of the day, it's not hard to terminate a lease. It's not hard to terminate a lease. It's really not. It's really not.
It's hard. It's harder
It's
to
just some
terminate a.
money.
It's harder to terminate a lease than it is to terminate a marriage. Let me be honest with you. A
No, it's
marriage,
not.
yeah, it
No, it's
is.
not.
To end a marriage,
You go and you pay that
106.
money, and you go get you a new place. No, it's not. I
Guess
would
what?
100% end a lease before I divorce somebody.
And this is just me being y'all big brother, and I'll call it that. It takes exactly the same amount to terminate a marriage. $165, marriage is done. Shit's done. Y'all sign some paperwork. Y'all talk. Y'all don't even talk to the judge. Y'all talk to the fucking uh, moderator, mediator, whatever, and it's just done. It takes equal amount to terminate a marriage. It's harder. You go to your leasing office right now and be like, you know what? We're splitting up. We want to go and end this lease. Think I'm like, okay, pay the rest of this shit. Like, pay the rest of the fucking lease. To end the marriage, it's $165, and I only know that shit because I went through it. Never want to go through it again. Not because I don't want to pay the $165. That's irrelevant. But I just want to be with the person I'm with forever. Like
Mm-hmm.
I made that choice, and I want to be there forever. Like I don't the good, the bad, the ups, the downs. We gonna ruffle through that shit. So when you when you look at a relationship, so first of all, y'all living together. Y'all are every bit of fucking married.
No, we're not.
You are.
No, we're
You,
not. If that man
you
goes into the hospital right now and gets put on a ventilator, who making the decision? Me or his
mm,
mama?
guess what?
Not me. No, we're not
That's
married. We're
that's
not
why y'all need.
married.
That's
We're
why
not
y'all need to
married.
get married.
We're not
That's why.
married.
That's why. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
We're not
Mm-hmm.
married.
I, I was. I was.
And I'm
I
not
put.
and I'm not taking that
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not taking and I'm not taking and I'm not taking that title without the ring and without the piece of paper.
Dawn,
I
zoom
So,
in on
stand on
Angie
that.
so I can wipe my nose real quick.
huh? Do
Zoom
it
in on
again.
Angie so I can wipe my nose.
Y'all
But that's why you need to really sit down and you really need to look at your future
All right, you can
Yeah.
bring
because
us back.
when it
Sorry.
comes to
I'm sick as hell.
when it comes time to, you know what I'm saying, a marriage is a partnership. And you
Absolutely.
know what I'm saying? And I used to complain about people who would say, "Oh, a marriage is all about." You know what I'm saying, it's a business partnership. Nah, it really is, because you are incorporating my life with your life. It is a business partnership.
No, I'm not rolling my eyes at that. He just texted me talking about sheesh, relax. But I mean, at the end of the day, when it comes to having a business partnership isn't just a business partnership with a handshake.
It's not. So here's
No.
the thing, and so since I'm not beating up on you, I'm beating up on B, and I'm so now I gotta let it go because I can't beat up on B. That's my dude. You know what I'm saying? That's
But
my
listen,
man. You know
that's
what I'm
my
saying?
man, my man, my man. Trust
I
me,
can't
trust
I can't
me.
beat up on B.
One
So
day I will be Mrs. Williams. I
oh you
absolutely will be
you
Mrs.
will be.
Williams.
You will
It's
be.
just taking a little time. And I feel like when it comes to my relationship specifically, I feel like, things are going the way that they're going because, at the end of the day, I decided to get into a relationship with somebody that's 4 years younger than me. So,
Oh, he
I
is?
got to
I didn't
give,
know that.
yeah, Brandon will be 28 this year and I've just turned 22, 32, so, 22.
Oh.
Don't look like that, Bridget. 32 I'm
Well,
22 at heart.
you
I'm still young and turned,
gotta,
okay?
you gotta
Fuck
take away
that.
some years.
I was ready to do the same thing Bridget was. I was like, wait a fucking minute. I know you're not 22. Quit playing.
So, I do when it comes to that, I do know that I do have to, I've I've in the 4 years that it took me to become, extremely comfortable, extremely laxed, extremely to the point where it's like, you know what? I know that my man got this. I know that my man got me. I know that my man got us. I did have to, and this is honestly something that I learned in therapy that I got to give him some grace because he is younger than me,
Right, you
you
do.
know,
You do. How old you
and
say he's 28?
yeah, he'll be
Yeah.
28 in August and I just
I
turned
ain't gonna lie.
32.
I dated a guy one time in my life that was younger than me. He was only like 3 years younger than me, but he is the only man I could ever say that I gave grace to and it was because he was younger than me. But after a while, I
So
was like, all right.
Yeah, and it's like
so
I'm not giving excuses or anything. I'm not gonna be waiting.
mm,
We not gonna be in a relationship for 10 years and he talk about, oh, I'm still trying to
Yeah.
find myself, shit like that.
But
Like, no.
you gotta be
But
realistic with someone, a man. You
yeah.
already know like women mature faster than men. So by him being younger, it's like you do have to give him a little time, especially
Yeah.
to establish
Yeah, I
yourself.
do. I
Because the thing
am.
you just sat here and say you want it in a marriage, like career wise and stuff, that's stuff that men are still establishing at the age of
Mm-hmm.
28. So
Exactly. So
yeah.
yep.
so
Yep.
I know we've held everybody and we appreciate everybody who's rocked with us. Everybody's still on board, which is crazy. But we
Dream
appreciate
Team.
y'all rocking with us. I think Dream Team might have dropped off. You
He
know,
said, Bridget, stop expecting men to come as a whole. I don't expect men to come as a whole. You be talking like you really know me. Like, no, I don't. But at the same time, I'm 33 years old. I'm 33 years old. So if I meet a man, it's certain things I'm not going to accept. And certain things I might give you grace. I might be patient with. But at 33 years old, a lot of men, Like if they have commitment issues, that's just who you are. You know, like certain things it's like after certain ages, that's just who you are as a person. You know, so at my age, it's only certain things I'm gonna let a man slide with. But I'm not
So,
ever gonna expect someone to be perfect because I'm not perfect. Like I fall short when it comes to a lot of things. Like, you know, I'm very humble. Like, you know, I really am not the type of person that judge people, you know, like, you know, everybody hasn't lived up to their fullest potential. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
Even people who are successful, I'm pretty sure they still haven't reached the fullest potential they can reach, you know. But I definitely don't expect men to come as a whole, but you're not just gonna accept anything.
And you
You
shouldn't.
you know what I'm
It,
saying? Like
women, so
My phone on
ladies,
6%, y'all.
and we'll cut it down with this, because I think 2 hours is enough to have everybody.
My
But
phone on 6%.
I heard you. We gonna let you
It's
go.
gonna
Um,
die. I don't have
we
no
gonna let you
charger.
go. But don't accept just anything from anybody. Um, but when you made up in your mind that you're ready to move forward, and we'll talk about this on another show, and we'll deep dive into it. But at the end of the day, like, just give people give the right people grace. But
yeah,
when you realize that grace is being placed unnecessarily, learn to walk away.
right.
Um, but we gonna move up out before phones die
And I
because
fall
somebody
asleep.
didn't plug a whole
Not
charger
have any
into
more
it.
snot running down my nose.
Uh, that part. Um, we'll see y'all not. Well, no, we'll see y'all next week. I'll be back from my vacation next week, so we'll do this on next Wednesday.
Buy me a
Y'all be
t-shirt. I wear a
cool.
large.
T-shirt, large,
Yeah.
T-shirt.
I went to the Dominican Republic and they brought me back this ugly t-shirt. One
I'll
of
bring you
those,
back
those
something better
vibes.
than an ugly T-shirt. I got y'all
Those
both.
vibes, those vibes, those
Um,
vibes.
in the meantime, be easy, people. Thanks for hanging out with us, and thanks for enduring our banter. We love y'all. We want to see y'all next Wednesday. So there you go. We love y'all. Be easy, people.